Hey, what's up? And here we are back again with another episode of GenXican,
GenXican,
the
the
podcast.
podcast
Brought to you by real life GenXicans at
on
Sell the
video
Nation. Yeah, on video at Sell the Nation here. And
at Undercover Mexi and at GenXican Podcast.
at GenXican Podcast. That's right. Check us out wherever you can check us out, because you can check us out all over the place now.
All over the place, yes.
Yeah. Hey, do we have our ADHD countermeasures set in place?
Oh, no, because we are all over the place. We are all over the place.
I just thought about that. Usually we talk about that before we go in. I was going to look at my watch, but I have a Felix the Cat watch, which I really, really like. But it can be a little hard to be like super exact, which is actually perfect for me. Because like, what time is it? It's 8:20-ish.
Right.
All I need is, let's be real, all I need is the ish. All I want is the ish.
Right, exactly. I mean, I'm always running 5 minutes late-ish to this recording, so
right.
Which is really, if you know me, 5 minutes is really 9 minutes.
She said 5, so we have 9 minutes. We have 9 minutes. Oh boy. So big week this week. Every week's a big week around here, right? Like, what's next?
It is a big-ish week every week.
There's a lot of ish every
Yes.
week. Hey, as the kids say, there's a lot of ish going down on the street, Pops. No kid has ever said that.
The kid inside of you just said
the
that.
kid inside of me, eating microwave pizzas and Jif peanut butter. Speaking of pizza and peanut butter, did you want to talk about your procedure?
Yes. So, if you're a Gen Xer, doesn't matter if you're GenXican or whatever flavor of Gen Xer, that means that you are of age to get a colonoscopy. So they changed it from 50 to 45. So I had my first colonoscopy on Friday. And well, when we walked into the waiting room, the average age there was probably 70. So I don't know, it did make me feel a certain type of way. Like, oh, I'm now in this demographic of old people that has to get a colonoscopy. So yes, I really didn't know. I mean, I did some research, talked to some friends who've gone through the procedure, and you don't have to be 45 if you have other health issues. You may have had to get colonoscopies for other health reasons. But that the procedure itself would be painless, and that I wouldn't remember, and that I might even enjoy the buzz from the sedative. That the worst part is really the prep, which it was, because...
Is that how they describe it to you? That's like real creepy. They're like, yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. You won't remember anything. You won't be hurt, and you might like the buzz, man.
I know.
Does this happen in a van?
Or in a spaceship?
Oh God, yes. Yeah, no. We're gonna come pick you up. Yeah, there's gonna be some really bright lights and some smooth-skinned people of nondescript, sort of features, big eyes.
Right. I mean, there is probing there's a great deal of probing that happens. So I don't know, it could have been aliens. But if just the thought of Gatorade and what was the Miralax, the amount of Gatorade and Miralax I had to consume, roughly like 12 to 18 hours before the procedure, just makes me feel nauseous.
Is Miralax, is that a Latino thing?
Miralax.
It was actually Mijalax. That's what they gave you.
Mijalax. Ponte un suéter. Yeah.
That's a lot of fluids, and so that prepped you up, and you went on in, and
Hmm.
yeah,
And yeah, they probed and they found pockets,
pockets.
pockets, pockets, some small pockets and big pockets all over the colon, which are
Hmm.
called diverticula. Um, and the presence of more than one is called diverticulosis, not to be confused with diverticulitis, which is when they become inflamed and or infected.
Hmm.
And apparently it's common in folks 60 and older, but also if you have not been consuming enough fiber, because our lovely Americanized
Hmm.
processed diet
Hmm.
really does not inherently contain fiber.
No, yeah, no, yeah, I saw your post the other day in regards to the diverticulosis, and I was like, oh, that sounds like something, and I looked it up, and yeah, and I read that it was also common, and I would imagine, as you were saying, more prevalent here in the United States. I read that it was
Mhm.
common in people over 40. So,
Oh, okay. I've
but
read both.
we're prime, right? The deal is Gen X, like it's it's time. It's time to, if you haven't been paying attention, your youth is over, first of all. We're
Right.
and so like uh you're a midlifer, and you need to do all the things for yourself and for your body that come with that. And if you want to
Mhm.
go overboard and start, uh crossfitting, and everything else, that, I mean, that's one way to do it, but also, just, you know paying attention to your food and your diet, right?
Right, right. I mean, certainly, and and we have an episode where I think we talk about parenting, but we end up talking
Hmm.
about this the way we ate as children and how we're trying to be more mindful of what we feed our children now. But I am pretty sure I got very little in the way of fiber growing up with all the canned and mostly canned vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, if you're going to talk like Latino parenting, half, like 80% of that is food, right? like
Right.
like it is, but yeah, yeah, to your point, exactly, like same, the vegetal uh consumption, with the exception of like iceberg lettuce, right? Everything else was pretty much out of a can. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I'm not sure if that's a generational thing too, with like what
Right.
um in addition to the culture, but
Thankfully, we
yeah.
had frijoles because if it weren't for the frijoles, I think we'd probably not be alive.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, my dad was raised on frijoles and homemade, tortillas, which would have been wheat. But let's be real, the quality of wheat from like 1950, right? Like, if I think about my dad, and like, born in 41, 8 years old, right? 1949, 1950. Like, the quality of wheat that he would have been getting at the table, far superior to what, is commercially available now, just because of all the enrichment and stripping of nutrients and fiber
Right.
out of it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Oh, it's interesting. I had to go on a fiber-less diet leading up to the colonoscopy for the 5 days prior, and I was surprised that actually how much food does contain fiber. So when you're trying to avoid it, you'd be
So what were
surprised.
you eating? What were you eating?
I was eating meat, cheese, and flour and tortillas.
Oh, so you the total Latino diet, just like there's just like a Tejano diet, right? Basically.
Basically, I'm so confused. What do
See,
you want me to do here?
wait a minute. You're getting a lot of mixed messages here. First of all, you guys are gonna probe me like aliens. Second of all, you say historically you should be eating fiber, but now you're saying don't eat the fiber.
Right.
I gotta be honest. I'm not tracking here.
No, this is very fishy. There's something
Yeah.
very fishy about this whole thing.
Yeah. Well, fishiness and maybe it is because I'm middle aged. Maybe because there is more internet and we're all googling everything all the time anyway. like Googling, like just like I don't feel so good. I just Google, am I sick? And it lets me know, right? Am I sick? Um, no, but yeah, earlier this year I had and to some extent I'm still kind of working through it. Digestive issues, had like GERD happening, right? Which wasn't common for me at all, and
Mhm.
it was really disconcerting because for quite a while I've basically been like vegan plus egg,
Mhm.
and
What is GERD, if any of our listeners don't know?
oh yeah, it's gastrointestinal reflux disorder, I think, is it? Heartburn.
Okay.
Right? Right, which we all feel like, oh, I ate something and it's heartburn. It kind of came on kind of like strangely suddenly and like really strong.
Mm.
I don't know if I had kidney stones at the end of last year and had to go through that whole ordeal. Part of that was like an intravenous dose of antibiotics, right, to start, and then a full course. And those are terrible for your tummy, right? I mean, they
Right.
do what they're supposed to do, right? But then they just murder your gut flora. And so after that, you want to make sure, or in while taking the course at opposite kind of intervals of time, you take the probiotics to make sure. But that doesn't always completely do the trick. Uh,
Right.
one day we got some burritos, and like the next day, like I just had like dragon breath and like stuff happening, and my wife noticed. She's like, hey man, it's like sleeping next to you, it's like it was really strong. And I didn't know if I had done something exercising as well. Like I could have sworn that I like overdid it on the abs. Like I was like convinced that there was like I had a hiatal hernia, which is
Mm.
like when part of the stomach goes above the
Oh,
little sphincter in the diaphragm, right? This
right.
is getting real graphic here, right? So that it comes up, and then you have a little bit in there, and so when you digest things, it doesn't get fully digested. You have
Mm.
reflux, and then it takes a while. There's all these like ways to remedy it and fix it. Of course, I went to the doctor. The first thing that they want to do is they'll put you on a course of PPIs, which is proton pump inhibitors, which is basically to reduce the acid in your stomach, which can
Mhm.
long term just makes things worse. I went deep, right? So
I
it
mean,
turns
that's
out,
fishy. That's just fishy.
right, yeah, like so I didn't have a hiatal hernia. I thought I had something called hypochlorhydria, which is just low stomach acid, which can
Mm.
happen, a lot if you have like a heavy like vegetable diet. We just got started. All
I
right.
know.
All
I
right.
know.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap it up. So basically, gut health is a problem. Um, as it is right now, I've been actually having to incorporate more meat. Bone broth is one of the things for like collagen and
Ah,
everything,
yes.
and that can be helpful. And I've made some other adjustments, like eating a lot of raw vegetables. Eating too much raw fiber can actually
Mm.
be a contributor as well, right?
Ah, interesting. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's like you have to find that right balance. Cause yeah, I could eat cooked vegetables. I forgot that was, but not raw vegetables, because raw vegetables do contain too much fiber. So you have to find the right balance. So we're dealing with, I have also IBS, probably lactose intolerance.
We didn't even talk about that.
No, I have holes in my colon from not getting enough fiber, but I can't eat too much fiber because some of the foods that would help with holes in your colon do not help if you have IBS. And then and you're dealing with GERD and also lactose intolerance. And then we have, a thing called Gilbert's or
We didn't even get to. We,
Gilbert's
we don't have time for.
syndrome.
We're bumping Gilbert's today. The Gilbert's is
Yeah.
a separate deal.
Yeah.
What's funny about all this is everything that you're saying, in addition to our general like disposition of midlife and GenXican and the world, makes me want to stress eat, man. I want some cookies now.
I know. I know, which I mean, I have been doing, but now after seeing, I'm looking at the pictures of my colon. I won't show it to y'all. I'll spare you that. But it's like, oh my God. Okay, like
you're gonna
I
put
won't.
them on the cookie jar or like in the snack drawer or every time you're going. Oh gosh,
I won't eat the cookies. I won't eat the
you won't eat the
cookies.
cookies. Oh look,
Yeah.
there's that spider again. Charlotte came back.
Damn it, Charlotte. Oh.
Well, hey, I guess it's been fun, guys. Basically, take care of yourself. All right, if you're getting up there like we are, um, it's time to get that thing scheduled. I already did the pre-screening with the little like send the sample by mail. That was fun.
Oh,
Um,
I hear that is
but
that option. That's
yeah,
Daniel. My husband got
yeah,
that option. I did not
yeah,
get the take home
yeah,
kit.
yeah. But basically, be responsive. Be responsive to what your body's telling you, and kind of strike the balance with the food. Like, just think about what's going on. All right.
Yeah, especially if you have kids. I mean, just think about your children.
Yes. Yeah. I believe. I don't know about you. I know this is crazy, but I believe the children are our future. uh
All
well,
right.
hey, all right, it's been fun, everybody. Follow at GenXican podcast here on Instagram, or like, subscribe, all that stuff. Listen to us on Buzzsprout. Get us where you can get us. You can find us, find our socials, and we'll go from there. Or
Yes.
just reach out to us, because there's like 4 of you watching us, so you know us by name.
Hi.
Hi guys. All right. See everybody later.
Bye.